وقالوا ما هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا نموت ونحيا وما يهلكنا إلا الدهر وما لهم بذلك من علم إن هم إلا يظنون.
They say, there is no life other than our present worldly life. Herein we live and we die, and it is only the passage of time that destroys us. Yet the fact is that they know nothing about this and are only conjecturing.
34. This is, there is no means of knowledge by which they might have known with certainty that after this life there is no other life for man, and that man's soul is not seized by the command of God, but he dies and perishes merely in the course of time. The deniers of the hereafter say these things not on the basis of any knowledge, but on mere conjecture. The maximum that they could say scientifically is, we do not know whether there is any life after death or not, but they cannot say, we know that there is no other life after this life. Likewise, they cannot make the claim of knowing scientifically that man's soul is not seized by God's command but he perishes after death just like a watch which suddenly stops functioning. The most they can say is just this: we do not know what exactly happens in either case. Now the question is, when to the extent of the means of human knowledge there is an equal possibility of there being life after death, or there being no life after death, and the souls being seized by Allah's command, or man's dying of himself in the course of time, what is the reason that these people abandon the probability of the possibility of the hereafter, and give their judgment in favor of its denial? Do they have any other reason than this, that they, in fact, decide this question on the basis of their desire, and not by any argument? As they do not like that there should be any life after death, and death should mean total annihilation and not seizure of the soul by Allah's command, they make their hearts desire their creed and deny the other probability.
وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ مَا كَانَ حُجَّتَهُمْ إِلَّا أَن قَالُوا ائْتُوا بِآبَائِنَا إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ.
And when our clear signs are rehearsed to them, their only contention is, bring back to us our fathers if you are truthful.
35. Our clear verses. The revelations in which strong arguments have been given for the possibility of the hereafter, and in which it has been stated that its occurrence is the demand of both wisdom and justice, and its non-occurrence renders the whole system of the universe meaningless and absurd. 36. In other words, what they meant to say was, when somebody tells them that there is life after death, he must raise a dead person from the grave and present him before them. And if this is not done, they cannot believe that the dead would ever be raised to life once again at some time in the future, whereas nobody ever told them that the dead would be raised to life in this world as and when required separately, but what was said was, on the day of resurrection Allah will raise all human beings to life simultaneously, and will subject them to accountability and punish and reward them accordingly.
قُلِ اللَّهُ يُحْيِيكُمْ ثُمَّ يُمِيتُكُمْ ثُمَّ يَجْمَعُكُمْ إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ.
Tell them, O Prophet, it is Allah who gives you life, and then causes you to die. And He it is who will then bring all of you together on the day of resurrection, a day regarding which there can be no doubt. Yet most people do not know.
37. This is the answer to their saying that death comes to man automatically in the course of time. It means, either you get life accidentally nor your death occurs automatically. It is God who gives you life, and it is He who takes it away. 38. This is the answer to their demand, bring back our forefathers if you are truthful. To this it has been said, this will not happen now separately for individuals, but a day has been fixed for gathering all mankind together. 39. That is, it is lack of knowledge and right understanding which is the real cause of the people's denying the hereafter, Otherwise it is not its coming but its not coming which is against reason. If a person reflects rightly on the system of the universe and on his own self, he will himself realize that there can be no doubt about the coming of the hereafter.
وَلِلَّهِ مُلْكُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَيَوْمَ تَقُومُ السَّاعَةُ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَخْسَرُ الْمُبْطِلُونَ. Allah's is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and on the day when the hour of resurrection shall come to pass, the followers of falsehood shall be in utter loss.
40. In view of the context, this sentence by itself gives the meaning that it is not at all beyond the power of God who is ruling over this great and marvelous universe that he should bring the human beings whom he has created in the first instance back into existence once again.
وَتَرَى كُلَّ أُمَّةٍ جَاثِيَةً كُلُّ أُمَّةٍ تُدْعَى إِلَى كِتَابِهَا الْيَوْمَ تُجْزَوْنَ مَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ.
On that day, you shall see every people fallen on their knees. Every people will be summoned to come forth and see its record and will be told, "Today you shall be requited for your deeds."
41. That is, the dread and terror of the plain of resurrection and the awe of the divine court will be such that it will break the stubbornness of the most arrogant and boastful people, and everyone will be found fallen on his knees humbly.
هذا كتابنا ينطق عليكم بالحق إنا كنا نستنسخ ما كنتم تعملون.
This is our record which bears witness against you with truth. We used to record all what you did.
42. The only possible way of getting a thing recorded is not by means of the pen and paper only. Man himself has discovered in this world several other forms of recording human words and actions and reproducing them exactly and accurately, and we cannot even imagine what other possibilities of it lie yet undiscovered, which man himself will discover and exploit in the future. Now, who can know how and by what means is Allah getting recorded man's every word, his every movement and action, even his hidden intentions and motives and desires and ideas, and how he will place before every man and every group and every nation his or its whole life work accurately and exactly?
فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَيُدْخِلُهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ فِي رَحْمَتِهِ ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْمُبِينُ.
As for those who believe and act righteously, their Lord shall admit them to His mercy. That indeed is the manifest triumph.
وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَفَلَمْ تَكُنْ آيَاتِي تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ فَاسْتَكْبَرْتُمْ وَكُنْتُمْ قَوْمًا مُجْرِمِينَ.
But those who denied the truth, they shall be told, "Were my signs not rehearsed to you? But you waxed proud and became a guilty people."
43. That is, you thought it was below your dignity to believe in Allah's revelations and submit to them, and considered yourselves to be above subjection and servitude.
وَإِذَا قِيلَ إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ وَالسَّاعَةُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا قُلْتُمْ مَا نَدْرِي مَا السَّاعَةُ إِن نَّظُنُّ إِلَّا ظَنًّا وَمَا نَحْنُ بِمُسْتَيْقِنِينَ.
And when it was said to them, "Surely Allah's promise is true, and there is no doubt regarding the hour of resurrection," you were wont to say, "We do not know what the hour of resurrection is. We are simply making conjectures and are not at all certain."
44. The people mentioned in verse 24 Above are those who denied the hereafter openly and absolutely. Here those who are not sure of it, although they do not deny its possibility because of conjecture. Apparently there is a vast difference between the two groups in that one of them denies the hereafter absolutely, and the other regards it as possible on the basis of conjecture. But as for the result and final end, there is no difference between them, for the moral consequences of the denial of the hereafter and of lack of the faith in it are the same. A person, whether he disbelieves in the hereafter or lacks faith in it, will in either case be inevitably devoid of the feeling of accountability before God, and this lack of feeling will necessarily involve him in the error and deviation of thought and action. Only faith and belief in the hereafter can keep a man on the right track in the world. In the absence of it, both doubt and denial give him a similar attitude of irresponsibility, and since this same attitude of irresponsibility is the real cause of man's being doomed in the hereafter, therefore either the denier of it can escape hell nor the one who lacks faith in it.
وَبَدَا لَهُمْ سَيِّئَاتُ مَا عَمِلُوا وَحَاقَ بِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ.
On that day, the evil of their deeds will become apparent to them, and what they had mocked at will encompass them.
45. That is, there they will come to know that their ways of behavior, their practices and manners, and their actions and pastimes, which they regarded as very good in the world were, in fact, very bad. They had committed a basic mistake in thinking that they were not answerable to anyone, and this had rendered their entire life work fruitless and vain.
وَقِيلَ الْيَوْمَ نَنْسَاكُمْ كَمَا نَسِيتُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا وَمَأْوَاكُمُ النَّارُ وَمَا لَكُمْ مِنْ نَاصِرِينَ.
And it will be said, we will forget you today, as you forgot the meeting of this day of yours. The fire shall now be your abode, and you shall have none to come to your aid.
ذَلِكُمْ بِأَنَّكُمُ اتَّخَذْتُمْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ هُزُوًا وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُخْرَجُونَ مِنْهَا وَلَا هُمْ يُسْتَعْتَبُونَ.
You reached this end because you made Allah's signs an object of jest, and the life of the world deluded you. So they shall not be taken out of the fire, nor shall they be asked to make amends, and thus please their Lord.
46. This last sentence depicts the manner of a master who, after rebuking some of his servants, turns to others and says, "Well, these wretched people now deserve such and such punishment.
Nor shall they be asked to make amends, and thus please their Lord." The last sentence seems to portray a master who has been greatly angered by their wicked behavior. He therefore sternly rebukes them and turns to others, in effect saying, "This is the chastisement that these fellows well deserve."
فَلِلَّهِ الْحَمْدُ رَبِّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَرَبِّ الْأَرْضِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.
So all praise be to Allah, the Lord of the heavens, the Lord of the earth, the Lord of the whole universe.
فَلِلَّهِ الْحَمْدُ رَبِّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَرَبِّ الْأَرْضِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.
So all praise be to Allah, the Lord of the heavens, the Lord of the earth, the Lord of the whole universe.
وَلَهُ الْكِبْرِيَاءُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ.
His is the glory in the heavens and the earth. He is the most mighty, the most wise.